I'm wearing a blazer because we mean business today. It's the end of the year. Love it or hate it, the end of the year is a time for reflection, but I think most importantly, guilt. Guilt about all the things we didn't do in the year that has just left us. Guilt for the missed opportunities, for the opportunities ignored, for the lack of cultural appreciation that we could have had in that year. This video is about that last piece of guilt. I asked my followers and the internet, what were your favorite books of 2021? And I thought instead of maybe like tier ranking them, which is what I did last year, I would add a bit of New Year's, Christmas, holiday cheer to it, which is in the form of alcohol. And take a little every time I find a book that I did not appreciate, meaning I didn't read. Because I think you can appreciate a book and hate it. I have 36 books here. And if I'm feeling wild, maybe I'll tap into the New York Times, etc. lists, but I'm doubtful because 36 is plenty. Let's get started. The first book on here is A Lesson in Vengeance. I did not read A Lesson in Vengeance. I want to read it. I don't read a ton of YA. Please comment if I'm wrong. If this isn't YA, then get me. But I believe it's YA. I don't read a lot of YA, but I make exceptions for genre YA. So I will probably maybe pick this up. Ace of Spades. Read Ace of Spades. Truly enjoyed it, so I don't have to take a drink. Across the Green Grass Fields by Seanan McGuire. Also read it. Actually really enjoyed it, despite the fact that I have not enjoyed any other books by Seanan McGuire really at all. Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I read it. I loved it. So far, we're doing very well. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I took a drink not because I haven't read this book, because my dears, I have read this book, but because I really don't like this book. I made a video in 2020, a video called Books I Didn't Like or whatever, sort of a common, genre theme. And I hated this book. I just thought it was deeply boring. So, sorry to this person, but not a fan. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I have meant to read this book many times. Emma, my dear sweet peach Emma, has requested that I read this book, and I haven't gotten to it, mostly because it looks like it would make me think deeply about myself, and I'm not always ready to do that. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I read that book last year, like everybody. I liked it. I don't think I'll read the next book. I don't feel compelled to, so why am I talking like that? Okay. Crying in H Mart, read it recently, really liked it. So far, I've read every book ever written this year. Every single one of them, apparently. Detransition Baby. I want to read this book. This will definitely be in my January TBR. I make my January TBR be the books that I wanted to read in 2021, / whatever the year is, that I didn't read. So this will be very high on that list. But I didn't read it now. Empire of Sand. I did not read this. I don't read a ton of high fantasy. It has to really sharpen my fancy, whatever that means. But I did hear on good authority that this book is very good. So maybe I will read it. Magic is in her blood. I do like that. That's a good tagline. Fat Chance Charlie Vega. My dear friend Ileana, I do believe, made this her submission. Fat Chance Charlie Vega looks cute. I believe, is this YA? Potentially. I would read this book despite the fact I don't read contemporary YA ever, because my friend Ileana has the best taste in the world. So also cute cover. Did I take a sip? Let's just take another one. Fortune Favors the Dead. Now, this looks interesting. Looks like a noir. I haven't read this one. It does look kind of good. Stephen Spotswood. Do you think that's a pseudonym? Stephen Spotswood. Spotting Stephen Spotswood pseudonym. I'm spotting Stephen Spotswood pseudonym. The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. Is this historical fiction? Also, is Kristen Hanna the author? Kristen Hanna. Is Kristen Hanna the author? Okay, she wrote The Nightingale, which I literally have to pay me to read. Yeah, okay. A lot of wheat. Glass Coffin. One of my friends who is my in real life friend, my friend from the universe, scary to think, he is a father and he submitted this. I think he read this to his children. This looks very sweet. I do love a middle grade moment. So yeah, I would be interested in this. Okay, next. Hamnet. I didn't in fact read every book ever written in 2021. Hamnet. Love the typography, the illustrated manuscript vibes. I did go to a liberal arts college. Miraculous, brilliant, a novel told with the urgency of a whispered prayer. What does that mean? Washington Post, what do those words actually mean? Novel told with the urgency of a whispered prayer? Do you think whispered prayers have urgency? I guess they do. I guess they do. Please. 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 I spotted Stephen Spotswood pseudonym. Home is Not a Country. Another book that I have on good authority is very, very good. I haven't read this. I've not heard of it. But Elizabeth Acevedo blurbed it, whom I do really, really like. So, will want to read that. I married a lizard man. A lizard man? I married a lizard man. I married a lizard man. I married a lizard man. I haven't read this book. Now, if you watched the video I made almost a year ago in January, I asked my friends to give me the books to read, and I read 2 books that were romances with a human woman and a creature man. One of them is Radiance, which I liked okay, and one of them was the Ice Planet Barbarian book, book 1, which I did not really enjoy. So, while this is interesting, I don't think I will be marrying a lizardman. Iron Widow. This is a beautiful cover. I kind of love when covers don't have blurbs. I think it's pretty, and I prefer it. I have not read this. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I did read this book. I love this book. This is definitely a book that is worth the hype. Is worth the hype. Is very good. Also, the more I look at this cover, the more I'm like, this is a cute cover. It's cute. This is the way for me to do an illustrated cover. Like, it's like almost cartoony. I love it. Yes, it's Raylo fanfiction. Yes, we know that. Did I know that going in? No, I didn't. Did that matter to me that I didn't know that going in? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. My Dark Vanessa. This is the second year in a row this book has made it to my followers, mutuals, friends, favorite books of the year. And once again, what is it? Like, what is My Dark Vanessa? Gillian Flynn blurbed it, so must be a women's fiction novel. The Passing Playbook. This looks like a cute little YA moment. I haven't read it. Once again, don't read a lot of contemporary YA. I will tend to read, if I do read contemporary YA, I will read queer contemporary YA, which I believe is what this is. But there you go. People We Meet on Vacation. I read this book. Y'all, did you know that I read People We Meet on Vacation? I think that you did. People have very mixed feelings about this book. This is a book that was very much hyped up. I mean, I read it as an ARC. Don't worry, I won't get her new one as an ARC, I guarantee it. Just fingers are waiting to open my email and get a, "You have been denied by Berkeley Romance for Book Lovers" by Emily Henry. Go choke on it. But I do love this book, and I think this book is really hitting a point where people are like, it's not that good, y'all. It's not that good, which is fine. Totally fair. I loved it, though. Salt Slow. I read that wrong. Salt Slow. This is pretty. This is giving very anthropology. Have not read it. Scenes of a Graphic Nature. I have heard of Marion Keyes, and I've heard of Dolly Alderton. who blurbed this, but I did not know about this book. I do like the cover. It's cool. But no. I've seen reviewed. I read this book. I love this book. This book made me cry my little eyes out. Yes, John Green, write more life-affirming nonfiction, please. Okay. The Appeal by Janice Hallett. 1 murder. 15 suspects. Can you uncover the truth? I don't read a lot of murder mysteries. I do enjoy them. This one is cute. Okay, not cute. It's about a murder. It's got a cute cover. I like the cover. Okay. The Dark Fantastic. Race in the Imagination from Harry Potter to the Hunger Games. Another book highly recommended. A book that I'm very, 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 very interested in that I have not read. Really love nonfiction about pop culture that's taking it through a lens that is not my lens. So I am very interested in this book. Also, really cool cover. High on my list of things that I want to get to. The XX. We all know that I love the XX. I think this has been my only slight influencer moment. I read this as an ARC. I waxed poetic. Did get messages from people, both in my real life and via the internet, who said they read this book because of me, which literally makes me so happy because I really love this book. It is just so cute. And I've read it. So, The Inheritance of Orcadia Divina. Have read. Have loved. On a roll. The Jasmine Throne. I wanted to read that as Thorn. This little person, this little French person is really like, Emma, you're 26 on the internet, drinking wine and talking about books. You need to like go outside and like make friends. And then I say to this guy, I say, I have friends. And then they'll say, well, where are they? And then I'll say it's a pandemic. I haven't read this book. Looks like high fantasy. Could be interested though. The King of Infinite Space. Don't know what this book is. It reminds me of the cover of a musical. This is the musical, One Fine Day. Oh, that's a movie with George Clooney. It's this musical. It reminds me of that. I don't know why. I can't tell if this is sci-fi. I can't tell if this is apocalyptic. I cannot tell if this is literary fiction, which means it scares me. The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. This looks very good. I have not read it. The War That Saved My Life. Newbery Honor book. So it's an award winner, unlike myself. I've won awards. They've just been like for being like really annoying in high school. Like, you're really good at organizing things and bossing people around as a 17-year-old. Do you want an award? The Witch's Heart. Oh my god. I haven't read it. Men Die, Gods Die, She Lives On. Who is she? Lady Gaga? Yeah, okay. The Vanishing Half. I have read The Vanishing Half. It was really good. The Wreckage of My Presence. A friend of mine, one of the only people that I still like from high school, put this as their favorite. And let me tell you, this book is very entertaining. A great celebrity memoir, which is very hard to do. Is that it? We've at the end. Oh my god. That is all of my followers' favorite books of the year. Hi, Mom. Come in. I did a video, you're gonna roll your eyes, where I took a drink every time I hadn't read one of my followers' favorite books of the year. I didn't do that bad. Now I'm debating if I should do this top 10 New York Times, but I haven't read like any of these. I've read one of them. I think is the only one I've read.
Bring you a bottle.
If you wanted to know the book that I've read in the New York Times notable 10 best books of the year, I read No One's Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood, a book that I really loved. Okay. I really didn't drink that much. I drank about that much. A fourth of a bottle. As mathematicians say, let me know your favorite book of the year, and I will in the comments say if I have read it. Okay. Bye.